Dominic, thank you for telling me everything that people didn't think I could do. It was very, very helpful. I want to thank you, but also I think there was something different that we shared. You, Michelle, and I are from Macau. And it's a great place to be. We love to gamble. And so, but congratulations, Michelle. You were fantastic in our film, as everyone knows. And I'm glad, as you said, you're part of the Warner Brothers family. I want to also acknowledge this evening's other honorees. Dean Elizabeth Daly. Wow, that was incredible. That was an inspiring speech you gave. And the incredible Zhu Zhang. That was, you're number 2 in box office, soon to be number 1, and I'm rooting for you, so. It's humbling to be recognized along with all of you. I'd also like to thank the Asia Society for honoring me with the Visionary Leadership Award. It's always nice to be recognized, as Sandy will tell you that I like to be, over and over and over again, but it's especially satisfying that this award is something that's much bigger than me. It's about Warner Brothers. Being part of a real sea change across the entertainment industry. Recognizing the importance, value, and power of diversity in our content and our people. When I was named CEO in 2013, despite all of Dominic's kind of, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, I became the first Asian American to lead a Hollywood studio. It's a role and responsibility that's challenging and rewarding, leading a company that I love. At Warner Brothers, our mission is to be the leading creator and distributor of extraordinary entertainment content by partnering with the world's most inspiring storytellers. Today, that content is increasingly diverse, telling a wider range of stories, created a broader roster of talent than ever before. Look at this summer's blockbuster, The Meg, the most successful, as was said, the most successful U.S. China co-production of all time. And Crazy Rich Asians, the most successful romantic comedy in a decade, and the first major studio release to feature an entirely Asian cast in over 25 years. We're seeing firsthand that diversity not only feels good, but it's also good for the bottom line. But it's more than that. I believe in the power of what we create. The stories we tell can help us see the world through someone else's eyes. They can start conversations, help bridge our differences, bring us closer together, and drive social change. And they can also just be a whole lot of fun. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a Crazy Rich Asian just even for a day? We know that to maintain our relevance and our creative excellence, we need to work with new voices to tell new stories. Stories that reflect a global perspective, from the faces we see on screen to those writing the scripts, running the sets, or making the magic happening in the editing room. Growing up in the 1970s as a child of Japanese Americans who were interned by the U.S. government, I didn't see a lot of people who looked like me on television or movies. I'm happy to report that 40 years later, while we still have a lot of work to do, things have gotten better. Movies and TV shows like Ocean's 8, Black Lightning, Riverdale, Queen Sugar, and others prove that audiences are hungry for great stories. And it doesn't matter whether the characters are black or white, Asian or Latino, whether they're male or female, gay, straight, or transgender. It turns out that diversity isn't just good for storytelling, it's good for business. Research has shown that audiences want to see diverse content. And the most diverse shows are the most profitable. At Warner Brothers, we've made this a top priority. We're looking everywhere and we're asking ourselves what more we can do to increase access to further representation and to make our content and our industry representation and inclusive. Last month, along with our parent company, Warner Media, and our sister companies, HBO and Turner, we became the first Hollywood studio to commit to a production diversity policy. This policy in part reads, "It is essential that our content and creative partners reflect the diversity of our society and the world around us. Together with other production companies, networks, guilds, unions, talent agencies, and others in the industry, we all must ensure that there is greater inclusion of women, people of color, LGBTQ+ community, those with disabilities, and other represented groups in greater numbers, both in front of and behind the camera." We're proud to be standing on the front lines, working with like-minded partners to further representation in our industry, because we know it's right and we know it works. Every other global entertainment medium, from professional sports to social media to music of all genres, transcends race. Lady Gaga, Beyonce, and Awkwafina all have appeal beyond borders and beyond labels. But somehow in movies, we haven't been able to make that leap. We say that certain genres of film don't travel well, or that international audiences aren't open to diverse leads. I think it's incumbent upon us, the entire entertainment industry, to stop making excuses, which turn into self-fulfilling prophecies. Instead, get creative about the way we market diverse content to global audiences. Tara? Believe me, if we looked at comps, we would have never made Michelle's incredible movie. Again, we know it's right and we know it works. If we can inspire a child or open a heart or create a connection that reminds us all that we share a common humanity, especially in these perilous times, then we'll have succeeded in using this power in the best way possible. Like I said, I believe in the power of story, of our stories, of all stories. Thank you again and good night.